As a universal human right, freedom of religion or belief is a high priority for us in our European Union human rights policy. We defend and promote the principled position that freedom of religion or belief is a fundamental right to which everyone is entitled, and that is everywhere.
At the UN in Geneva, this panel discussion, Religion and Religious Freedom in International Diplomacy, was organized during the 33rd session of the UN Human Rights Council. Panelists underlined that religious freedom is part of the UN.
Of course, I mean, the UN is an institution open to religions, dealing with issues of freedom of religion on a regular basis. Also, having created this mandate that I'm currently still holding, my answer would be yes, it is. I'm not saying we don't have problems, but let's start with the assumption, yes, freedom of religion or belief is part of the United Nations.
There is an increasing recognition, even on the part of individuals within the UN system who may not share a religious identity or faith, but there is a recognition of the importance of the important, valuable role of religion in many of the contexts in which the UN is working.
Secularism is blamed to be a threat to religion and religious freedom. This panelist admonishes, though, that the term is often misinterpreted.
Secularism should be an emphasis that no one religion should dominate a state. That is wrong. That is true secularism.
What's most encouraging to me is that parliamentary colleagues who are Catholic and who are of various other faiths are speaking out, and many colleagues are really exhibiting, the thinking from Diplomats Humanitaire, which was about freedom of religion or belief, which was such a groundbreaking theological statement. So colleagues like Lord Alton in the United Kingdom are really speaking out.
Some of the earliest known diplomatic records in history are these Egyptian stone table fragments from 1269 BC, a peace treaty between Egypt and Canaan. Monsignor Richard Gyra is a member of the Vatican's diplomatic corps at the UN Geneva. According to him, one of the biggest threats to religious freedom is religious extremism.
That's not what religion is about. Violence in religion, violence in the name of God is blasphemous. On the other hand, a complete secularity that removes all religion is erroneous as well. Because part of our identity as human beings, for most of us, even if you're a non-believer, that's part of your identity to be a non-believer. But for most of us, our religion is part of who we are.
It was a religious message in diplomatic disguise when Pope Francis reaffirmed members of the diplomatic corps that on the diplomatic level, the Holy See will never cease its efforts to enable the message of peace to be heard to the ends of the earth. Because of his tremendous diplomatic impact, the USC Center on Public Diplomacy named Pope Francis one of the top 10 global public diplomats.